What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be going over key number 11 in these seductive tips, which is to be a mysterious star. Now, I've already kind of gone over what makes movies so, why are we so interested in them? Why are we so attracted to the plots and the characters in the movie? And a lot goes into that, right? But one of the biggest things is they're mysterious. We don't know everything about them, right? They're so, we don't see the whole story. We only see what they put into the movie, which is obviously what's going to make it the most interesting to us, right? And that mystery, though, that we don't know everything about them, it really makes them attractive because we see the adversity they face in the movie, but we don't know where all that came from. And a lot of people in movies, they aren't very realistic, right? Especially when they start doing these crazy things in stressful situations. A lot of normal people would not be able to do those things, right? But that's what makes them highly attractive to us, because their confidence to do those things, number one. And then number two, it's like, where did all that come from? Where did you get these skills? Where did you get all this? So the first point is to create the sense that there's more to you than what they can see. And that's what happens in movies, right? There's always more to the main character than what we can see, and we see a lot because they're the main character. They do a lot in the movie, right? But there's still more to them that we just don't even know. And it really it creates this anticipation and mystery inside of our heads of what's coming next. Are we gonna find that out about them? Are we not? What all these unanswered questions is highly seductive. Like I said, when people figure you out, you become boring. When they have more questions about you, that's when you're more interesting. And especially when you're being very seductive and being able to talk a lot, right? And still them have questions about you, that's very more attractive than someone that's talking a lot or not even talking that much as you, and you already know everything about them. You already figured them out and they haven't even said that much. But when you could be highly seductive and speak a lot and people still don't have you figured out, that's when they're like, wow, this person's very interesting, and which is very attractive and seductive. So that's the first point. And the next point is make people want to know your backstory. So like I said, main characters in these big movies, they have backstories that we don't know about, and then we learn sometimes about them a little more, with flashbacks or through other characters or whatever. We learn more sometimes about characters in their past, right? And we get very interested in that. So make people want to know your backstory. And actually a good example of this right now is, how many of you guys seen The Big Bang Theory, the show, right? Sheldon Cooper, he's the main character. He's a very dominant character. He's what makes the show, right? Without him, the show wouldn't be able to go on. So Sheldon is the main character and people are very interested in him. They find him funny and his intellect, whatever. They find him very funny, so they went and made a spin-off show, CBS, called Young Sheldon. And a lot of people, I don't know how well the show is going to do. Like, it just started. I just seen this. It's in its first season. But, they had enough hype around the curiosity of his backstory. Was it like, really, that they were like, we're going to make a whole show about this because people are very interested in his backstory and where he came from and his childhood and things like that. So that's just an example of when we see these characters on TV, we're just like, wow, what is their backstory? Where did they come from? So when you can give a lot at face value and people still want to know your backstory, highly interesting, highly seductive. And the third point is to appear to be very knowledgeable on many different subjects. So you want to be, this one's kind of hard because it's not really just a seductive technique. It would require learning, right? It's more of a commitment on your part. So something I definitely recommend, though, I think self-education, reading, taking courses like these, anything to get better in life is key, really, because you want to be able to know a lot and you don't want to be the know-it-all. You don't want to be that guy. Everybody knows that guy, right? He knows everything. No. But when you can hold yourself in conversations with people that are more knowledgeable than you on those subjects, it's like you become a good listener and things like that, right? So it's good to be knowledgeable on different subjects, because if you come into, let's say, a guy that's very into, chemistry or animals or anything, maybe likes reading fiction books. Well, that one's kind of hard because you'd have to read fiction books, right? But I've read, I know a lot of people like that, but I've read the Hunger Games series, Harry Potter series. So it's like, when people are like, oh, I'm a fan of those too. I've read a little bit of the Twilight, read some Game of Thrones books, and people are like, they want to hear Stephen King books as well. And you can discuss those things with people based on their interests, because, if they read a lot more fiction than you, so then even if you don't really want book recommendations, it's like, you could talk to them about that though. Like, oh, what do you like? I'm looking for a new book and blah, blah, blah. law, like what's good out there. This is what I've read, this is what I'm into, and everything. And if they like animals, maybe some things about animals, you could teach them, but while they're teaching you a bunch of stuff, right? Because they're the expert. You don't want to steal the show from them on their own thing. But when you're knowledgeable in a bunch of subjects, you can hold conversations with them. And a lot of people aren't too knowledgeable, rounded. A lot of people stop learning once they stop going to school. And when they're going to school, they're not even paying attention that much. They're just like, I'm trying to get my degree so I can make money. And, not trying to take shots at society, trying to call them dumb or anything like that. Like, no, people just are like, I don't really need to learn that much more for me to live my lifestyle or whatever. So when you're someone that's learning all the time and be knowledgeable on different subjects, but willing to learn on other subjects that people are very knowledgeable in, it's very interesting. It makes you good socially. Like, you can't just BS everything, right? You have to have some knowledge. So sorry, I'm rambling on the knowledge part right here, just because I'm a very big believer in self-education. I like reading. I like so I can give out self-help book recommendations, because there's a lot of great books out there, and people are always facing problems in their life, right? They're always looking for some kind of answer, most people. And like I said, when you can appear to have those answers, when you know a lot, when you're self-educated, and not only self-educated, but if you're going to school and learning a lot, pay attention. Learn what you can in school. You're there spending your time there, so you might as well learn. So that's it. Be knowledgeable. And then the next point is have skills in different areas, which is kind of the same thing what I'm talking about here. Be knowledgeable, but also have skills in different areas. This goes back to James Bond. It's like, that guy looks like he can do anything, right? He's out here parkouring. He's playing poker in Casino Royale. He's an awesome driver. He shoots the gun better than anyone else. And he's out here with all these skills. He could talk and everything. He has so great social skills, and everybody's just like, wow, this guy's a superhuman. And obviously it's not realistic to be great at all those things. A lot of things take a lot of practice, right? But when you just have skills and it's like, if you know how to play chess, hold yourself in a game of golf, or I don't know, be in shape, so that way if you guys do anything physical, it's like you just want to have skills. Maybe be good at cards too, speak a different language, I don't know. Anything, when you could just have skills in different areas, it's very attractive. Because like I said, you don't ever want to come to a situation where you're out of the group because you can't do something. And obviously that's going to happen. You can't be great at everything, but I mean, you just want to be able to be that guy that's good at things. I'm sure by now you're probably picturing like the ultimate character of yourself being good. And that's awesome, man. Attaining knowledge and learning new skills is, in my opinion, really just the key to life. What's life without constant education and then enjoying it, right? So have skills in different areas. And then next point is stand out from the crowd. So this is how you stand out from the crowd. People have limited skills and limited knowledge. You have more skills, more knowledge, more self-awareness. You're a better speaker, communicator. You're setting yourself apart from someone else. So you never want to fit in with the crowd. We're always taught. It's like we always feel outcasted, right? Growing up, we're like, we want to fit in. We want to be with the cool kids. You want to be cool and things like that. We've all went through it. And standing out from the crowd is much better though. Having the perfect amount of fitting in. You don't want to be isolated. Like, oh, I'm too good for you guys. I'm over here. You don't stand out on that essence that you feel you're better. You stand out because you are better. You just can't help it. So stand out from the crowd. And the next point is to capture their attention with mystery. Just like movies, capture their attention with mystery. Make them want to know more about you. Just have a mysterious sense to you. Like they show that's exactly what they show in movies when the powerful guy is talking to the woman, right? And like, I'm not always trying to compare it to movies because people are like, that's not realistic, man. It's a movie. But movies are what capture our attention. They make it like, it's not realistic because they make it to where that's the perfect ideal, right? Of what it should be. But it's like a bunch of people in real life are doing the exact opposite. You don't want to do that. You want to be shooting towards the movie, because movies are what capture our attention, are what we're interested in. And guys are interested in all these hot actresses, and it's like sometimes they aren't even that hot. Actresses or actors, they're just playing the character so well, and the character has so much value and character, and the writers are writing it in, so we're so interested in them. It makes them more attractive than what they really are as far as looks, right? So that's what the point I'm trying to make this whole thing is, that it's not really just all about looks. It's that aura of mystery and suspense, and you have more to you than what they can see. So again, don't let them figure you out. There's more to you than they can see. don't show all your cards. So just be mysterious, be that character that they can't figure out. You seem like you're just a superhuman, and that'll help you be very seductive. And for the people that are like, I don't want to self-educate, I don't want to learn any skills, you can still have success being mysterious. Like, you don't even have to have all the knowledge, all the skills, and you can still appear to have all that, right? You can still appear like to be someone that has a backstory. That's just how I go about things, just because I like self-educating. I like learning a lot of new things. But if you find another way to create a mystery about you, make yourself seem interesting, by all means, go for that. The point is just to don't let people figure you out and don't show all your cards. So that's key number 11. And let's get into the next one.